The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, or CFPB, is in limbo. The Trump transition team has pressed pause on the agency's activities. This is standard procedure during a change in administration, but this time, it feels different. There's a sense of foreboding in the air. Could this be the beginning of the end for the CFPB? Scott Bessent, Trump's pick for Treasury Secretary, is now the acting director of the CFPB. He has wasted no time in putting a halt to most of the agency's work. Enforcement actions, stopped. Investigations, on hold. Public communications, silenced. This has sent shockwaves through the consumer advocacy world. They fear that the CFPB, created to protect ordinary Americans from financial predators, is on the chopping block. The CFPB has been a thorn in the side of big banks and financial institutions since its inception. It has been a fierce advocate for consumers, holding powerful interests accountable for their misdeeds. But its very existence has always been precarious. Republicans have long sought to defang or dismantle the agency, viewing it as an example of government overreach. Now, with Trump in the White House and Republicans controlling Congress, the CFPB's future looks bleaker than ever. Its fate hangs in the balance, and the outcome of this battle will have profound implications for consumers across the country. Elon Musk, the billionaire entrepreneur, has not been shy about his disdain for the CFPB. In a tweet that sent shockwaves through the financial world, he declared, "CFPB RIP." Musk's stance aligns with the Trump administration's broader goal of shrinking the federal government and rolling back regulations. Musk and Trump see eye to eye on the CFPB, viewing it as a bureaucratic behemoth that stifles innovation and economic growth. They argue that the agency is unnecessary, claiming that existing laws and market forces are sufficient to protect consumers. This stance has been met with fierce opposition from consumer advocates, who argue that the CFPB plays a vital role in safeguarding the financial well-being of ordinary Americans. The CFPB, they contend, is the only federal agency solely dedicated to protecting consumers in the financial marketplace. It has a proven track record of holding powerful financial institutions accountable for wrongdoing and returning billions of dollars to consumers who have been cheated or misled. Without the CFPB, they argue, consumers would be left vulnerable to predatory lending practices, abusive debt collection tactics, and other financial abuses. The potential consequences of a weakened or eliminated CFPB are far-reaching. Two areas of particular concern are overdraft fees and medical debt, both of which have a disproportionate impact on low-income Americans. The CFPB was in the process of implementing new rules to curb excessive overdraft fees charged by banks, a practice that costs consumers billions of dollars each year. These rules are now on hold, leaving consumers vulnerable to these predatory fees. Similarly, the CFPB was working to address the growing problem of medical debt, which affects millions of Americans and can have devastating consequences for their financial well-being. The agency was exploring ways to prevent medical debt from being reported to credit reporting agencies, a practice that can make it difficult for individuals to obtain loans, rent apartments, or even secure employment. These efforts are now in jeopardy, leaving consumers with few options for addressing this crushing debt burden. The CFPB's absence leaves a gaping hole in consumer protection, one that is likely to be filled by unscrupulous actors looking to exploit vulnerable individuals and families. Section 4. The CFPB's track record, a champion for consumers. Since its creation in the wake of the 2008 financial crisis, the CFPB has been a staunch advocate for consumers, returning over $21 billion to them in compensation and canceled debt. The agency has taken on some of the biggest names in the financial industry, holding them accountable for a wide range of predatory practices from discriminatory lending to illegal foreclosure proceedings. One of the CFPB's most notable actions was its lawsuit against Capital One, which resulted in the bank paying $2 billion in restitution to consumers who were subjected to deceptive marketing tactics and illegal interest charges. The agency also secured a $100 million settlement from Navient, a student loan servicer, for mishandling borrowers' accounts and steering them into costly repayment plans. Beyond these high-profile cases, the CFPB has also been instrumental in addressing systemic issues in the financial industry, such as discriminatory mortgage lending and credit reporting errors. The agency has implemented new rules to protect consumers from predatory payday loans, abusive debt collection practices, and unfair credit card fees. Section 5. A call to action. Protecting your financial well-being. The future of the CFPB is uncertain, but one thing is clear. Consumers cannot afford to be complacent. It's more important than ever to be informed about your rights as a consumer, and to take steps to protect your financial well-being. Start by familiarizing yourself with the CFPB's website, which offers a wealth of information on a wide range of financial topics, from managing your debt to avoiding scams. Contact your elected officials and let them know that you support the CFPB and its mission to protect consumers. Make your voice heard and demand that our elected leaders prioritize consumer protection. Remember, the CFPB was created to serve you, the consumer. Don't let them take that away without a fight.